It's the last few minutes at Caravan Salon 2018, and you can see there's not a lot of people around compared to what it was like before. People are beginning to clear off, and I think actually I'll finish at the part where I actually started from, which was this van from Citroen, if you like. It's a kit, obviously. I've done 4 films about it. One film with a friend of mine, Andy Harris, and we're sort of laughing and joking a bit. I spoke to the managing director of, the person in charge of the camper vans for Citroen and of a PSA group, which includes Peugeot Citroen, and did a review of it as well. So anyway, that's I mean, it looks really good. So it sort of fit my level of eccentricity to have a sort of a body kit like that, and I think it's not all that practical, unfortunately, but all the same, okay. Another place, actually I sort of started, first film I actually produced was from this company, Etrusco. As I'm sort of walking around, I would actually like to mention and to thank the Owen Timer group for their hospitality towards me. So I'll be sitting up here, and I'll be doing that next year as well. Sit up here and holding court there, so to speak. I'd come here for about an hour a day or so and try and get things on the internet as best I could. And this is one of the first halls you actually come to when you're here. In fact, the first hall's a Heimer, which is to my left now, and here we have, you can get an idea of what's going on here. Now I'll give you 1 or 2 ideas about market trends, and one of the things which has come through to me, I'm talking to the dealers and the manufacturers, and without going into names for obvious reasons, but I think the market is down. I think it's hard to say because I don't have anything based on yesterday, which is the penultimate day, and that's when most sales are actually made. But listening to people talking, they said there's quite serious drop in sales this year. The trade fair put out a press release saying the contrary, but I'm talking to people on the ground, so I don't know. This could be a trend within the economy. We've seen so many years now in Europe of 10 years of constant growth, and so I think that is to be expected after a while. Now, one of the stars is this new California, which is over here. Now, last year, Volkswagen produced this XXL, which you can see in various films I did on the subject last year. Strange to see actually how many people were queuing to see this van, the Grand California, and you can see clearly from here you are. So, hello big world, the new Grand California, and there it is, and there's queues outside to see this van. When, to be quite honest, I wouldn't say that it was all that much different from many other vans. For me, one of the stars actually from this stand here, the Mercedes stand, and it was only here for a couple of days. Indeed, when I actually filmed it, it had gone. But they've got this project from Mercedes with the Sprinter to use the dual fuel. I did an article on it. It's on my website, Motorhome Full Time. You can see it there, should you be so inclined. So another thing I want to actually mention is a trend which I've seen this year, something I've been going on about for ages, which is the amount of storage in vans. I get the impression now that manufacturers are trying to put as much storage as possible into vans, which they weren't doing before. Before there was trying to get as many beds into the van as possible, and now it seems to be that they're getting as much storage. So that's a positive development. Some companies, such as those within the Trigano group, above all, seem to be going sort of more and more thinking outside the box. You might say weird, thinking outside the box and giving people other ideas for the use of vans. What I've tried to do in my time here is to present to you vans. I did things, for example, Rapido at Caravan Salon. Well, I don't think I've even published it yet, but it'll be up eventually. Carado, I try to do, but you know, the time is so limited to what I can actually do whilst I'm here. And so I go home, go back to my van quite late in the evening when I've finished filming, and just don't really have the time. So I either be sticking stuff up on the internet or filming and putting it up later. So, and that's what has largely happened. I've gone back to my van. But okay, I've got here Florium at Fleuret at Caravan Salon. Well, I filmed that. Cartago, I didn't, but okay. I'll be at Aulenfeld in January, and I'll film all the Cartago vehicles I can there. So, I wasn't going to come. I was going to boycott it. Last year I had an unpleasant incident when one of the person in charge, in the press office, shouted at me because I had tried to, which not very professional, and because of that I decided, right, you're going to behave like little kids, I'm not going to go. But at the end of the day I could have boycotted it, and who would have suffered? The only person that made any difference to my viewers and me. I don't think the Messe Dusseldorf could really care less, and that was quite clear to me. Anyway, the big boss of the fair said to me, look, I can't guarantee you that nobody will abuse you, but I'll do my best to make sure that it doesn't happen. So I said, right, that's good enough for me, and I'll turn up. I'm glad I did. Now, I mean, it's difficult. Unfortunately, I said in the film last night, it's great to come here, but some of the people that I have to deal with, which is, it's really unfortunate for me. Right, so I'm now coming back slowly to the Iveco stand, having done a little bit of a walk around here, and to talk about Caravan Salon 2018 as I saw it. I'll be publishing films from here for at least 9 months. Okay, it'll be mixed up a bit with other things, but I'll be doing that. My next stop is I was going to go to Parma, but I'm not any longer. I shall be at the attempt to beat the world's largest motorhome rally, which will be held in Valdorn on the 15th of September 2018, and from there next fair will be at Nadajin in Poland at the end of October. I shall be in Leipzig at the end of November. I shall be at the World Travel Mart in London second week of November, and then I shall be at the CMT in Stuttgart the third week of January, or was it the second week of January? I can't remember. Anyways, 10 days in January I'll be in Stuttgart. That's my plans as they stand at the moment, and that's largely it really. So here's me in Dusseldorf, signing out.